All right, we're gonna call to order and do roll call.
Yeah.
Commissioner Morgan. Commissioner Morgan here.
Okay.
Commissioner Williams,
Present.
Commissioner Wicks,
Here.
Vice Chair Prince,
Here.
and Chair Wright. Here. We're gonna go to the approval of the commissioners' meeting minutes, April 18th, 2024 meeting. The Portsmouth Redevelopment and Housing Authority Board of Commissioners meetings are held on the third Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. All meetings are conducted at PRHA's main office, 3116 South Street, Portsmouth, Virginia, 23707. Unless otherwise noted, all members of the public are welcome to attend.
I will second the meetings, the meeting of April 18th, 2024.
I second.
I made a motion. I'll
Made
make
a motion. A second. Remarks from the chair. Wait. No?
No, the minute have to be.
Gotta do the- Have you again? Okay.
Yeah.
Commissioner Cost?
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Wicks?
Yes.
Vice Chair Prince?
Yes.
And Chair Wright? Yes. Now I'm ready.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so excited. Thank you guys for allowing me to do something I haven't done in my career for 28 years. I took 3 weeks off my job, so I feel so fresh. I'm back.
And I was looking fresh.
Staff having a hard time with me at the job, but we're good. But thank you, Vice Chair, for just being the person you are. You step in no matter what. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys just being patient and allowing me to have a little bit of time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I do enjoy it. Yes. I don't see Councilman Tillage here, so we won't have remarks from him. Executive Director's comments.
Okay. We have a couple of unfinished items. First, you all know last month we talked about the security cameras. And one of the things that the Assistant Police Chief brought up was some of the issues with the cameras and performing correctly. So I've asked our IT manager to come up and give an update on the status of those cameras. And this is Mr. Aaron Salters.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
Just a heads up, since our last meeting, immediately following, we had Blackwater Electrical and Advanced Technical Solutions on site to kind of review what we had going on. We knew there were some electrical issues in play. We corrected some of those on site, which are GFE switches. There's still some that are scheduled to be replaced, and that work is ongoing and will happen here soon. Advanced Technology Solutions are a part of the company that helped install the cameras previously. They made recommendations for us to update our antenna system there to get more stability on the network. So they've given us a quote for about 12 grand. We're working to kind of tweak that quote a little bit. They're going to also install some new cameras. There are a couple of cameras that are just bad in place. So we're looking to purchase those cameras and have them installed that too. So once we finalize that quote, we'll get them back out here within the next month or two here to get that work going for us to fix those. And that's probably going to give us the most stability on the cameras that we have. In addition to that, we are coming up for renewal with our services with Cox, our internet services. One of the things we're going to actually do is increase our bandwidth to Dale and to Seaboard Square, which is where a lot of our cameras at. And we're also going to look at segregate the network where the cameras are kind of off on their own network, which will allow again more stability and for us to troubleshoot better. So they're not all on the same thing as our computers and everything else, right? And also help with security moving forward. In addition to that, I can safely say they aren't being tampered with. There are alarms on there to let us know if they are being tampered with. The only temperament that are happening are from weather phenomena when they're getting pushed around by the wind or rain, or if there's any maintenance going on in the site, pressure washing or anything. But if there is any tampering, we get an alarm notification and gives us a picture. There's nobody personally tampering with the cameras at the time, but there are some, again, network issues that we're working through and hopefully have resolved here in the next couple of minutes.
Just
Questions?
Yeah, does Portsmouth Police have their shots fired technology in all of our spots?
I'm not aware of them having any shots fired technology in our sites. They haven't come to me about that at all. I know they're trying to deploy that out, but we haven't had a conversation with any of our sites.
Is there? Can you look into that?
Sure. And yeah, I know it's been some discussion about it, and I was hoping they would start with us first, but I will follow up with Chief Jenkins on that. They did install a Fuchsia system, which is basically just a way that they can tap into our cameras to see more live feed from it. So they can have some of those out there, but as far as the spot shotter or shooter,
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it. They're not out there yet, but I'll follow up.
Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, board retreat. So you all should have gotten an email from Tracy regarding some dates for the upcoming board retreat. So if you haven't responded, please respond to that email or see her after the meeting and she just let her know what dates you're available. And then we can see, I would love to have everybody there. So we're gonna try to find a date that's accommodating for everyone. Okay? So last meeting, I told you all that HUD was coming for a visit on April 30th and May 1st. They did show up for that visit. It wasn't a compliance review, it was just an update. They haven't been here to meet with us in a while, so they wanted to get updates on our projects such as Swanson Homes, Move to Work, and Lexington Senior. So it was a good visit. We gave them a tour of all of our sites while they were here, and no issues that I'm aware of.
Okay.
You will see in your folders, upcoming event we have on Monday. And it's called How to Do Business with Portsmouth. We were asked to partner, with the city of Portsmouth, and Portsmouth Public Schools on this event. And I think it's long overdue, and I think it's really just gonna benefit, the businesses in the city who want to work, in Portsmouth. Because a lot of folks wanna know, how do I get to the table? How do I bid on contracts? Where do I go to look for contracts and those type of things? So we're going to be a part of this event on the 20th. So if you know of anyone that is interested in doing business with the schools, the housing authority, or the city of Portsmouth, then we have another maybe 20 or so private and public entities that will be there as well. So have them come out and they can find out how to do business with the city of Portsmouth. Another event we have coming up with Breeden is Lexington Seniors Apartments. You know, that is underway. The construction of that is underway. So now they're looking for subs for that job. And so they're looking for painters, builders, framers, drywall installers, so cleaning crews. So anyone that you know that's in the construction business, please let them know that we're looking for subs for this job, especially minority-owned businesses. We're definitely looking for those.
Plumbers included in that?
Yes, all of your trades.
Okay.
We did receive an announcement from HUD of the capital funds that were awarded for 2024. Our allocation is $2,214,000, and that's a slight increase of about 78,000 from last year. So we got a small increase. And so we're excited about that and to be able to do some of the projects that we want in our public housing communities. If you all don't know, the HUD capital funds are only for our public housing properties and making improvements with those.
Is the funds that were given to the city from HUD, are they equivalent to ours, or those are two different?
Two different.
things? Okay.
Yes. So they get community development block grant funds and home funds. So it's a separate allocation from what we receive. We will be opening our wait list for our mainstream voucher program in June. And we'll provide you all with a notice. Of course, we advertise in the paper, we advertise on our website, And we also, send out the information to the continuum of care as well. Now, for the mainstream vouchers, I just want to share with you all the criteria for these vouchers. You have to be non-elderly of 18 to 62 years of age with a disability who are transitioning out of institutional or other segregated settings. They have to be at risk, a serious risk of institutionalization, currently experiencing homelessness, previously experienced homelessness, and currently a client in a permanent supportive housing or rapid rehousing project, or at risk of being homeless. So in order to be eligible for these vouchers, you have to meet these criteria. So non-elderly and disabled, and homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. Okay?
One of those.
Yes.
How long you gonna keep the waiting list open?
The wait list, how many days did we say?
I'm gonna do 1 day from 9 to 7.
1 day, 9 to 7. Okay.
What day?
We haven't decided yet, so they'll do the contract.
Know what day that is.
Yes, we'll
Yes,
send
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll send it.
I'm just asking
Yeah, we only have, if typically, you know, we'd be long, it's only 30 vouchers. So
that you have
That we
to,
need at least.
this regular Section 8 program, probably 2 or 3 days.
Mhm.
So you say this is gonna be advertised?
Yes,
In the paper?
yes.
Mhm.
We advertise in the paper, we advertise on the website, and we also advertise with the continuum of care, which is providers in the city of Portsmouth that work with the homeless population.
Like socials?
Yes, social services, Department of Behavioral Health Care, Department of Rehabilitative Services, those entities.
We advertise within our own community.
For the vouchers,
Say they have a family member that, somebody that we have in one of our homes has a family member that would fit criteria. Do we have a bulletin or somewhere that we can advertise within our own community?
yes, yes, so we do have boards in each community that we can put that information on, as well as on our website. So you mean if there's an adult member in the household that want to branch out, separate, yes.
Or they have a brother or sister that
Mhm.
would fit criteria otherwise?
Yeah.
Can we also be sure that
Now,
veterans organizations get a copy of
took
it?
the words out
say
of
that
my mouth.
again.
Veterans organizations?
Yes, yes, so we have someone on the continuum of care that's with the Veterans Association as well.
Your faith-based community as well.
Yes.
We really wanna circulate it because that it's a vulnerable population. When we're talking about people with disabilities and those that are homeless that wouldn't have the access that we have, some of us have.
And may not have access
Exactly.
to what you're at, what you're advertising,
Correct.
except through
Right.
those other agencies.
And I know for, in past, just because I worked for PHA as well, but we share that with other PHAs, and so we circulate it. So when they put their announcement out, they'll send it over to our housing authority. We share with the housing authorities. We send it to HUD. We send it all different places. So we definitely circulate it. So it really does get out there. But again, I was just curious. It would be nice to have a couple of days
Right.
definitely for folks with disabilities. We'll go with that. Support you.
The state of the city was on May the 3rd. And historically, we have received information about the state of the city. However, I did not receive any information regarding the upcoming state of the city. Some of you have been on the board for a while, you know that we usually get a table, right? You did call me back. We usually get a table. We usually get a table, and so I was not notified. How I found out is that Brian Donahue from the city reached out to me to ask me some information about the presentation. I was like, when is it? He was like, Friday. I was like, okay. So I did not know. It's handled through the Chamber of Commerce. So we have to make sure that, I need to make sure that we're active member, because I know that when the previous ED was here, a lot of memberships he didn't renew. So that may be why we were not on the mailing list, but we will make sure that we're active and we're in the mailing list and that we know about it in advance, because I know that's one of the events that you all want to support and look forward to going to.
Absolutely.
So we will make sure that you all know about it in the future. It was well attended. Portsmouth is doing great things. I'm looking forward to our bright future. And I do have a link that was provided to me for the state of the city, so I will share that with you all after the meeting. And the last thing I have, I'm excited to talk about an event that we had with IC Norcom High School. So as you know, gun violence has been an issue in our communities for some time here in Portsmouth. And so we partnered with IC Norcom High School on an event aimed at reducing gun violence. So students, and bear with me for a second, and I'm gonna show you a brief video. So students read a book entitled Long Way Down. And it's a story of a 15-year-old named Will who navigates the aftermath of his brother's shooting. He delves into the streets' unwritten rules and contemplates revenge, all within a 67-second elevator ride. On each floor, the door opens where he encounters 7 ghosts from his brother's past. While the book's content may be weighty, it's prompted critical thinking about choices, consequences, and navigating difficult situations. So 47 staff members at Norcom recorded sections of this story so that it could be read in its entirety. Students were immersed in Will's experience with images, music, and sound effects throughout the story. When a class completed the book, each student and the teacher had the opportunity to submit a Google form, guessing mystery readers, answering thought-provoking questions, and sharing their opinion on unwritten rules of the streets. No crying, no snitching, and always get revenge. A student even made a giant elevator, which is displayed outside of the library currently. And its doors open every Friday to reveal the top scoring class. The competition began on April 15th and ran through May 2nd. And the winning class were announced via a pizza party on May 3rd. And we were able to assist Norcom with this event through a grant that we received from the Department of Criminal Justice Services. And we were awarded this grant a couple of years ago for about $100,000. And its goal is to provide gun and gang violence intervention and prevention in youth and adults. So many of our students go to Norcom. And so when they approached me about partnering with them with this event, we were excited to do so. I just have a little quick snippet that I want to show you all of this event. Let me see if I share. Can you see? Can you see? You want to come over here? So it was really good to work with the youth throughout this event. And number one, to see them read, because we know a lot of times, they don't read a lot. Everything's social media, their phones. And so that was a good opportunity for them to read this book and share their thoughts with us. And so Assistant Chief Prince mentioned last meeting that social media has been a lot of cause of this gang and gun violence because they feel like they have to prove something. And so if you disrespect me on the gram or what have you, then they're going to handle it accordingly. So it really taught the students how to handle disputes and disagreements and not go to guns, and how you can talk things out. So I was really excited about this program, and it's something that we're gonna look at also doing in our communities as well, and maybe our after-school or summer program. So just wanted to share a highlight, and we were excited to partner with Norcom on that event. That's all I have.
Just to piggyback off of your social media comment, I don't know if any of the other chairs have seen some of the YouTube videos that we've made CNN and other entities with. But it would be something to look into just for your own common knowledge in regards to fake guns or not. Some of them can't be proven, but we are definitely out there in regards to guns and who's shooting up who and what neighborhoods. I had two more things if I may. I was gonna ask the last meeting, but if our next meeting, we could get procurement and development and just we can combine them, however you feel more comfortable, just so that we get an update with that. I'm still a proponent for not having the subcommittees for all of that, but we do need some updates for certain individuals at a certain time. I mean, I think those two we should. And lastly, for me, I think all of us got an email in regards to some personnel issues. And I know we're not to get into personnel issues, however, we do policy. And I just want to make sure that the policy that is in our most updated human resources is what we're going by.
Yes,
So that we can all review that, and if you can give us an update when you get a chance
okay,
on that. I
okay,
just want to make sure that what's in our human resources policy is what we're going by.
yes, and so, without going into detail, yes. And our legal counsel was made aware of the situation, and he reviewed it legally, so he's aware of it, and we discussed the next step, so we're following our policy and guidelines.
Yeah, because we did extensive reading in that
I know,
policy book,
We-
so I just want to make
it's been
sure
a
that,
long time,
yeah, what was in it is exactly what we're going by.
yes.
That's it for me.
Action items, any action items or that? Any department updates? Wait a minute. No, we're gonna drag this out of six. Any citizen comments?
We do have to. Any public speakers?
Any public speakers? You're allowed 5 minutes to speak, anyone? Council, do we have anything for closed session or anything,
Go ahead.
Oh, jeez. I'm holding this out. With that being said,
Good.
we are adjourned. No, I'm sorry, we have to do the.
You wanna go through and see if any council, any of the chairs?
Nah, no, I'm just kidding. Are there any comments from the commissioners?
I did have a comment about this program here. I saw a little snippet on the news. And I couldn't really understand, I thought their competition was to read different books. I know they read that book. So what was the competition exactly? I thought their competition was to see how many books they all could read.
No, so the competition was asking them questions within the book to see if they actually read the book
I see.
and how they handled the dispute. So they would fill out the Google form, it would ask them certain questions. And then the thought-provoking questions to see if they actually read the book, and then they answer the question. And so the class that had the highest percentage, that was the class that won the pizza prize.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Mr. Williams,
I don't have time.
Ms. Wicks, Vice Chair.
Thank you guys for the last 3 meetings, for allowing me to chair. I didn't mean it like that.
I think you're done.
But I appreciate, again, us being a team. I think we've got a pretty decent team, and I appreciate you guys.
Comments for me? Ms. Goss?
Just appreciate what everybody doing, appreciate what you're doing so far, especially with that program. I think my daughter talked about it when she came home. So, but I do look forward to you doing it within the community, just kind of come out to do something like that.
Yes.
That would be nice.
That sounds good. Y'all ready?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?